The second thing, well, there are two or three things, but that's one of the thing I want to emphasize the most. I can talk about medical research a little bit because I've done that half my life. When I was about 25 and got out of school, I worked with Linus Pauling a lot for 15 years. We built an institute together. We were opposites politically, but chemically we were the same. We were both chemists. We did a lot of interesting things. But one day when I was a student, I walked into Pauling's office, because I worked with him at Caltech too, and I said, how should a scientist fulfill his obligations to his fellow man? And Linus says, well, Matt Messelson is the last person who asked me that question. Matt Messelson was a super liberal professor at Harvard by then. And he said, I told Matt, don't open your mouth till you're a full professor with tenure. But in any case, I decided in those years, and when I got out of school, I said, it's fantastic. I got a job here. I'm going to just play all my life, and they're going to pay me for it, because I love the laboratory. I love my science. But I decided I'd do medical research half the time to sort of fulfill my obligation to people that were paying for my fund. And I've done that all my life. And we've done some useful things. We've made contributions to cancer research, to multiple sclerosis and muscular dystrophy research, and even Alzheimer's and Parkinson's. This work is published in Proceedings of the National Academy. It's good work. But we have one project which has been amusing to the people of Oregon, because I'm the first congressional candidate that's ever asked voters for a urine sample. But there's a reason for that. And it comes from work that Linus and I started in 1968. We started to see whether we could diagnose disease by measuring a large number of things in a urine, breath, blood, or saliva sample, and doing pattern recognition on the whole set of measurements. It's a much more powerful method than the methods that are used today. And we proved in the 70s that it works, but we had to use technology which was so expensive that it couldn't be applied. We could do it in our laboratory, but nowhere else. Well, time has passed, and the technology now is even more powerful. We used to measure 150 things in a urine or breath sample. Now we measure 2,000. Those are all metabolites that your body is making, either because you need them or as byproducts of the things it does. And in them is a vast amount of information. We can see breast cancer in 150 substances. In 2,000, it's absolutely trivial. But what we want to know is whether these techniques can see diseases before you know you have them. And since a degenerative disease takes many, many years to develop, it may be that we can see them early, and you can fight the disease before it's even hurting you. So, for example, we need samples from ladies with breast cancer before they know they had it. And the only way to do that is to take samples from people and wait to see who is unfortunate. So we have 8,500 volunteers around in Southern Oregon, and already 5 women have had the misfortune to develop breast cancer symptoms after we were taking samples from them. After we have about 20 of those, we can find out if this can be used for advanced diagnosis. That's why we're collecting urine samples, and I think it's a good thing. Mm-hmm. But you understand the politics. Mm-hmm. So Stefazio says I'm not a scientist, you know, I do something out of my barn for general science and so on. That's two things. I wanted to point out something, the third thing I think I'll mention